Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute most comprehensive, detail-by-detail blueprint for early wealth building. And I'm going to give you a spoiler alert right out of the gate. Your greatest asset is actually not money, it's time. We're going to unpack the exact math, the biology behind why we make terrible financial decisions, and the specific systems you can put in place today to guarantee your future financial flexibility.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at 1. The magic of compounding, 2. Time versus market timing, 3. The biology of investing, 4. Maximizing your CPF savings, 5. The 4-3-2-1 budget strategy, and 6. Careers and personal growth.
Section 1. The magic of compounding.
Okay, so the crucial point to understand here is that compounding isn't just about making a quick return on your initial cash. It's the process where your investment returns, whether we're talking about dividends, interest, or capital gains, are continuously reinvested. This means your future returns are earned on an increasingly larger and larger base. Over long horizons, this return on returns is exactly what turns modest, regular contributions into a massively larger portfolio. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, picking up speed and size. The sheer scale of this math in action is absolutely astounding. Picture this. If a 25-year-old invests just $500 a month at a 6% annual return until age 65, they accumulate roughly $995,000. But get this, $755,000 of that is pure investment growth generated strictly by compounding. The actual cash that investor put in over those 40 years was only $240,000. The rest? Pure mathematical magic working in the background. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive penalty of waiting. If we look at a lump sum scenario, a $10,000 investment made at age 25 grows to about $103,000 by age 65. But that exact same $10,000, if you wait to invest it at age 45, only grows to about $32,000. The younger investor didn't invest a single cent more money. They simply gave their money 20 extra years to compound. As financial expert Alfred Shia points out, this proves that your first investment shouldn't be the hottest new stock. Your first investment must be time. Because once time is lost, you can never buy it back.
Section 2. Time versus market timing.
History shows that those who try to outsmart the market usually end up worse off. There's this fascinating study by the American investment company Capital Group. They tracked two hypothetical investors, each putting $10,000 a year into the S&P 500 over a 20-year period. One investor was basically a psychic and picked the absolute best day, the exact market low, every single year, generating a 14.65% average annual return. But listen to this. The unluckiest investor in the world, the one picking the absolute worst day, the highest peak every single year, still saw a 12.64% return and built an $801,554 portfolio. This unequivocally proves that time in the market dramatically beats timing the market. The study also highlighted that trying to outsmart the market short-term usually fails, mostly because one-year holding periods frequently produce negative results. It is virtually impossible to anticipate the wild cards that completely derail short-term timing. We're talking about sudden geopolitical tensions, massive, totally irrational swings in market sentiment, or completely unpredictable policy changes like unexpected tariff tantrums. You simply cannot predict these things, which is exactly why stretching out your time frame drastically increases your chances of a positive outcome.
Section 3. The biology of investing.
So if the math is so clear, why do we still panic and sell when things get volatile? Well, to understand that, we have to look inside our own heads. Psychiatrist David Teo points out that when market volatility hits, it causes stress. And under stress, the brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, becomes hyperactivated. Our rational planning centers dial way down, and our thinking radically narrows. We become hyper-focused on the immediate danger rather than long-term probability. We become impulsive, reactive, and incredibly susceptible to the emotional contagion of all the panicking people around us. And this brilliantly illustrates why people inevitably end up selling at the absolute bottom and buying at the absolute top. I absolutely love this quote from Dr. Teo. It's not stupidity, it is biology. It completely absolves us of the guilt of feeling anxious, while crucially reminding us that building wealth requires actively and intentionally overriding our biological hardwiring.
Section 4. Maximizing your CPF savings. Now, for our listeners in Singapore, financial expert Alfred Shia emphasizes that the Central Provident Fund, or CPF, should be your very first foundational building block before you even look at other private investments. you can actually transfer savings from your ordinary account, which earns 2.5%, over to your special account to earn a full 4%. What's incredible here is that these returns literally rival some private funds, but they are absolutely guaranteed and completely risk-free. Add in voluntary top-ups that qualify for tax relief, and you are building a massive, risk-free foundation for your wealth. Don't just see it as an annoying mandatory deduction. Treat it as the absolute core of your strategy.
Section 5, the 4-3-2-1 budget strategies.
A lot of people see their income as one huge lump sum, and without a tight system, it just kind of mysteriously vanishes by the end of the month, right? Alfred Shia suggests this brilliant 4-3-2-1 systemic tool. You allocate 40% of your income to loan commitments, 30% to daily household expenses, 20% to savings and investments, and 10% to insurance and protection. This 4-3-2-1 breakdown acts as an immediate diagnostic tool. For instance, if your housing or car loans are exceeding that 40% limit, it's a flashing red signal that you need to simplify your life and reduce your debt servicing immediately.
This framework heavily applies to housing, which is obviously a major milestone in your 20s. While it's super common to use CPF savings to help purchase a home, it really pays off to eventually return those funds so they can go back to earning those attractive, risk-free rates we talked about. But the golden rule here? Avoiding overextension. Don't overspend on crazy renovations and absolutely do not stretch your mortgage to the maximum limit. Your goal isn't to buy as large a home as possible. It is to buy within a strict range so you don't erode your financial flexibility. You literally need to leave room for investing, taking career risks, accepting salary buffers, and just handling life's inevitable surprises.
Section 6, careers and personal growth.
You know, we spend so much time talking about stock markets and asset allocations, but the single most important financial decision in your 20s is actually where and how you work. Your career is your first and largest asset. Chasing a slightly better salary today actually matters so much less than putting yourself on a trajectory where you are constantly learning adaptable skills. Industries are evolving and shifting rapidly, and roles that are highly valuable today can become totally commoditized very, very quickly. You have to invest early in building scarce skills. And this brings us right back to the beginning, the incredible advantage of time in your 20s. Because you have time on your side, an underwater investment or a bad job choice is rarely permanent. You have plenty of time to pivot, recover, and try something totally new. Later in life, when financial and personal commitments grow, those options shrink. But right now, your smaller life commitments mean you have drastically greater flexibility. By avoiding excessive debt and investing consistently to build a strong financial base, you give yourself the ultimate luxury, options. The option to change jobs without a panic attack, or to take a calculated risk on a totally new venture. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a vital reminder from Dr. Teo. We've talked extensively about compounding, biology, and budgets today, but financial security shouldn't be your only obsession. Your 20s are a pivotal time for your personal growth. So the big question is, amidst all this planning, are you also investing in your friendships, new experiences, and your identity? Because quite frankly, some of the most incredibly valuable investments you will ever make in your entire life are completely non-financial. Think about how you are allocating your time to those assets today, because just like your money, they are going to compound for the rest of your life.